Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video. Sam and I are here recording Friday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. Talking about Payton Pritchard. We're talking about Payton Pritchard. Jay King of The Athletic wrote an article. It's titled How Payton Pritchard Became Celtics Long Shot Maestro. And then in quotes, he's a fucking legend. Although obviously Jay King couldn't write fucking legend. But talked about how Pritchard got to the point of hitting that incredible shot in the finals, how he did that, stuff like that. Some cool quotes in here, and we'll run through and just like look at a little bit. I don't want to spoil too much of the article because I want you to go read it, but we can talk about it because it's very, very good.
Yeah, it was a great read. Came out on Thursday. A lot of fun insight into Pritchard's leap that he's taken this year, going up almost 4 or a little over 4 points per game and becoming a serious candidate for Sixth Man of the Year. He did a lot of work this summer. I think we heard a little bit about this when he did the Young Man in the Three. I think was the pod that he talked about it on, where he was like, "Yeah, I was just paying dudes to come guard me," which in theory is a crazy thing where you are just all day playing defense, playing defense, playing defense. You never have any sort of offensive reps, and you're probably dead tired by the time everything is wrapping up. And it's even crazier that the whole time Pritchard is just going at him, meaning he is not getting tired. His conditioning is going crazy. And that was highlighted in the article and talked about. But just the incredible leap that Pritchard's taken this year is something that all Celtics fans should be excited about. Obviously, there's tons of excitement. There's a lot of talk about him being Sixth Man of the Year. And to be honest with you, it feels like they've needed him to have taken this leap because there was, of course, the stretch where the sky was falling and it was aggravating to watch them play. Yet he has largely been one of the more consistent guys on the team, and it's been off the bench. So the work has paid off.
Absolutely, and it's like it's so cool to see him go from not playing under Ime to playing a little under Ime, and then having to like go to not playing under Joe, and then work his way up. Like I can't imagine the mental toll that had to have taken on him. Like that had to have been a massive like depression. Honestly, like you work so hard to get an Ime Udoka's rotation, then they switch coaches, and you're back out of the rotation. And he said here, I never wanted to have that feeling of not playing again, having to get better in every area. So there's never a game where they feel like I shouldn't be on the court. Like that's badass. Like that's a fucking awesome quote. Evan Valenti tweeted out probably the best quote from the article. I assume you saw it or are aware of what I'm gonna say. Evan Valenti of Celtics Beat tweeted out a picture of it. Obviously, it's Jay King's article, but the quote was soft mentality, talking about like people who don't take those shots because of their shooting percentage. Pritchard said soft mentality, worrying about a shooting percentage. It's very weak. You care about your individual shooting percentage more than winning. That's so soft. Just sick. Like what a fucking quote.
You have to imagine there's like probably 75% of the team in the locker room just like, what the fuck? They all feel like they're catching strays because, as King pointed out in the article, not a lot of guys on the Celtics are taking very many last second opportunity shots. I think Derek White is like the third most frequent guy, and he's only taken 11 over the last couple seasons. It's not a very common occurrence. Guys do love to save their shooting percentage. The shooting percentage thing is very interesting because Pritchard, and we talked about this at the beginning of the year. It feels like he solely influenced a rule change that has gone into effect in the G League where the end of quarter heaves are almost tallied as if they are and one attempts, where they don't count as a field goal attempt unless they go in. And that's in order to encourage more guys to take the shot. And with the taking the shot, the percentages and everything like that, it's really difficult because on one hand, I completely understand the Pritchard angle. It's facts. Objectively, any sort of basketball that's not the NBA, there's no argument against it. The problem is in the NBA, when everything is numbers, everything is this and that, and you're trying to negotiate new contracts and get paid, and that percentage is a couple points lower than it would be if you weren't taking them. A team can use that as leverage against a player, and more so now than ever, you're going to see the just contracts not be as player friendly because of the CBA and teams being afraid to give them out. I talk about it on the show all the time with Jack. Like literally, the Luka thing is because of the CBA. They didn't want to pay Luka. They didn't want to give him a supermax. Whether they're right or wrong, that was their motivation, is because they didn't want to be restricted. Percentage points dipping because of last second heaves, as silly as it sounds, could be the difference maker in teams paying a max, not paying a max, or at least probably 5 to 10 million on a contract.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you're arguing, like, this isn't me arguing with you, because I think you agree with me on this statement, but it is such a, like, if your contract is being based on the 0.01 percentage point of a heave, you're probably not very fucking good anyways. Like, you're probably not doing the right things to earn the contract anyway.
Well, maybe it's not so much that, but like it's more like us talking about it and being like, this guy sucks. He only shoots 36.9% from three. But if it's like 37.3, you might be like, huh, like not bad. That extra couple percentage points may shift the narrative a little bit when it comes to these guys. And the narrative matters towards the contract stuff because all the noise around players ultimately can strike fear into front offices, and they don't want to deal with that. But
And
Pritchard's
Pritchard's
offseason routine, insane.
yeah, no, like, this guy is unbelievable. Like, paying dudes to fly to wherever he is in the world to guard him. And
He's
like,
low-key not even paying him. Because in the article, it's like he makes like a pot every time they get a stop. And then at the end of the day, they all do a free throw contest to see who gets to take it home. And then he just wins the free throw contest. He's actually scamming all of his friends. He's a scumbag. Like when Drake was like, this guy's a crypto scammer, he wasn't far off.
he's such
Rare
a
Drake W, by the way.
I forgot he said that. This guy's a crypto scammer. I mean, just in the same article, he called the NBA a bunch of pussies for not taking shots, and also he said, "Yeah, see, I bring them out here, and then we have free throw competition." Payton Pritchard, who in the NBA has never shot worse than 80% from the free throw line. Shot
There's 1 year he was
75% 1 year,
75,
but he
but he's
barely
a
took
career
any.
85.
Yeah, like, like, all right, bro, you're a fucking asshole
Like what a fucking
in the best
troll.
way.
Can you
but
imagine? Can you imagine just putting your body on the line for like? I think these sessions are like 5 to 6 hours long. Like it's no joke. That
Yeah,
you're just out there defending one of the quickest guys in the NBA, somebody who this season is a leading candidate for the 6th man of the year and is an offensive dynamo, and you're trying to stay in front of him. And the whole motivation is to get paid. And the very few times you get stops, you can add money to the pool. And then he just comes in and takes the pool at the end of the day. How are you still friends with him?
because maybe one day you'll win the pool, man. Maybe one day you'll win the pool.
Yeah, he's just like laughing. He like pockets his like multi-million-dollar contract and is like, "Yeah, I'll keep the $500."
What a guy! What a
I bet you there's more context. I feel like they can't be walking
no,
away
yeah.
with nothing. As much as we're joking right now, there's no way that he's like, just
It's
like,
definitely
all
like
right,
he
get
pays
Ben.
them, and then there's also a pot like that. That just has
There
to
has
be
to be, has to be.
Yeah, man. Anyways,
Just the
I don't. Again,
distraughtness of watching Pritchard make free throws at the end of your just defensive hell week or hell day.
where he probably scored on you constantly. Like it was probably he just cooked you for 7 hours.
And he's taking out your legs so you don't have the legs to shoot free throws. Like this is
man.
an intrinsically designed scheme.
He's a sicko. He's a sick fuck. He's the worst in the best way possible.
Did we talk about the journals?
No.
So he's got these journals that he's just like, it's the gif of Ryan from The Office where he just makes like the note of someone that has wronged him. Apparently Pritchard has 6 notebooks full of people that just like said he sucks or can't do it or whatever. And this article has everything. It's got him stealing the money. It's got him calling it like a Squid Game of like basketball. It's got the like just MJ, I took it personally aspect. He's a nut job. We've talked about like his training and regimen to get to where he's at because as he said, like, people were telling him he probably wouldn't be able to play D1 basketball, like, his whole life, like, he's too small, whatever, and he was, like, getting up a half hour before his brother just to be like, "Get bent, like, I'm working harder than you."
He's truly one of one. Like, I know all NBA players work hard, or let me rephrase. Most NBA players, like by and large, work very hard. This is like ridiculous levels of what the fuck is wrong with you. Uh Good for him, man. Again, go read the article. I don't want to like go through and read every single quote because I want everyone to go read the work that Jay did. It's very cool. I'll link it in the description. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to How About Them Celtics. Go read this article from Jay at The Athletic, and I'll let Sam wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, comment, tell us what you think of Payton Pritchard and his, we'll call it psychotic mentality, his work ethic, and if you think you should see him win Sixth Man of the Year this year. You can also hit the bell and subscribe because we're coming at you with new content every morning. Full pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, game recaps up the morning after each game. And other videos like this one are on the channel in between to keep you up to date with all things Celtics. You can find all pods and recaps on Spotify and Apple. If you just want the audio versions, go ahead and follow us there and leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very, very much. It does help us in the algorithm, helps us reach more people. Also, tell your friends. Email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. Tell us what you're thinking heading into the All-Star break. We'll be going through those emails this weekend as we record a podcast. hbtcpod@gmail.com. Our socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook's the name of the podcast. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's at Jacksman NBA. Mine's at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us. Bye.